Well, hey there, guys. I'm Axel the Beast of ZeldaEngine.net, and it's that time of year again. E3's right around the corner, and just like last year, I want to go over some predictions I have for Skyward Sword. But unlike last time, I'm not only going to cover Skyward Sword, but the Zelda predictions surrounding this E3 in general. Though it is mostly about Skyward Sword. I don't have too many predictions for Ocarina of Time 3D or other Zelda-ness stuff. Just pretty much Skyward Sword for the most part. But before we talk about the new predictions, let's first go over what I've already predicted that's been confirmed. With Skyward Sword, I predicted the change in art style and atmosphere. With it would be lighter, with a like a Twilight Princess with like cell shading kind of thing, and we got that pretty much for the most part. I also predicted it wouldn't be a sequel to Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, or Twilight Princess, and of course it's not. It's a prequel to all of those. And then of course I also predicted that there would be orchestrated music, which just a couple days ago we had confirmed. This is, of course, on top of all the Spirit Tracks things that Ow! So with that out of the way, let's go over our remaining predictions, the ones that I already predicted but, haven't been confirmed yet. First among them is the voice acting one, where I predicted there would be voice acting, but I'm actually going to take that one back. I'll just go ahead and proclaim myself wrong. There won't be voice acting in Skyward Sword, I'm sure of that. I also maintain there was the prediction that there would be a deeper inventory system, you'd have either more weapons or the spoils like in the Wind Waker, or like trinkets like the rings from the Oracle series, or equipment, or one of or several of these ideas of an expanded inventory system, perhaps like Ocarina of Time, perhaps not. I also predicted there would be both a crossbow and a longbow in the game. They wouldn't drop the longbow, but they'd still have the crossbow, though maybe it isn't even Link who uses it, perhaps an enemy uses it. I still think they're going to put both in. I think the story will be lighter than Twilight Princess, which hasn't really been confirmed, but I think it's probably going to be true. I think we're close to confirming it, but just not quite yet. Ganon will not appear, I'm certain of that. It's just not going to happen. And as I predicted in my article, the Dark Tribe will be the primary enemy of Skyward Sword, and possibly the King of Darkness, who leads the Dark Tribe, will be will resemble Ganon. And I also think the Scorpion boss is Goma, and the difficulty will be greater. It will probably have something put in to appeal to more casual gamers, but the difficulty will still be a little higher than like some of the recent games like Twilight Princess or the Wind Waker, which were very easy games. Alright, so let's finally move on to the new predictions, specifically for starting with Skyward Sword. I may have predicted some of these, but this is my official declaration that they're a prediction. First off, I believe that Skyward Sword will cover the origin of the royal family of Hyrule, and possibly, well, probably the kingdom in general as well. I also predict there will be no flight gameplay. There will probably be a cutscene where Link floats up and down between Skyloft and Hyrule below, but there isn't going to be gameplay for that. There'll be a smaller dungeon count, I think. I mean, it won't be, like, tiny, but it will not be as much as, say, Twilight Princess or Ocarina of Time, I think. And there'll be more compelling side content, a little like Majora's Mask, how they had less dungeons, but there was a lot of the side quest focus. I'm not saying there's going to be, like, a whole bunch of like, focus on all these NPCs and stuff, but I think there will be more compelling side content, more to do aside from just follow the main quest. There's going to be more to do along the way. It'll be a denser experience, like they've claimed that the game is going to be. There'll be a smaller inventory of weapons, but they'll be more useful. I mean, I don't think the weapons that they've shown us in the trailers and whatnot, I don't think that's the final inventory, but I do think the inventory will be smaller than we're used to, but the weapons will have many more uses, and it will just be, it'll be a better assortment of weapons. The Pale Sorcerer character that they've shown in the previous trailers and whatnot, he is not going to be the main villain. He may be a minion of the main villain, but he won't be the actual main villain. He also could not be a villain at all, I'm not sure, but he's not the main villain. Guarantee you that. Due to, like, the long time period that this game is probably going to take place prior to Ocarina of Time, and a couple other reasons, I think that they will heavily use, like, the old games for themes and borrow enemies and character designs and ideas from the older games. I think we've kind of already seen this with the classic look for the Octorok, and I think for the most part that's going to continue throughout the game, and we're going to see a lot of that. Maybe we'll even see, like, some classic foes like Lynels or Gibdos again. I believe Skyward Sword will release this year. I think we're going to get the final release date at E3, I think. And I also do not think there will be a dual release on the Wii and the Project Cafe. I don't think that's going to happen. There's no reason for Nintendo to do that at this time. And I think finally they're going to show more story details at E3. I think they're going to tell us a little more about what's going to happen in this game. As far as Ocarina of Time 3D, I don't have any real predictions about the game itself, because I think, for the most part, they've shown us all that there is to really say about the game. Mossies would probably know this better than I did, since, you know, he has the game, but I suspect that they've already revealed all the major things to say about the game, and that, for the most part, E3 is not going to have anything different than perhaps a new trailer that shows some of the parts of the game we haven't seen yet. Well, seen this time. You know, we've seen them in the original. But, and I think they're going to show some of the stuff we haven't seen, perhaps. Just have a cool new trailer. But, for the most part, all the, like, as far as, like, gameplay stuff, new additions, things like that, I think we've seen all the major things. And I don't think any of the other dungeons are really going to be changed other than the Water Temple. I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's going to be any other major changes to the game. Aside from that, I'm sure that Nintendo is already working on a new Zelda game. I think they've almost confirmed that, but I'm not sure on that one. I can't say if they're going to show it at E3. In fact, maybe they won't. They probably won't. But I do think that there is a slight possibility of it, and I definitely am certain that they're already working on it. And it'll probably be for the 3DS, I think. But there is there's a less chance that they'll put one on the, you know, be making one already for the Project Cafe system, considering that that's coming out next year. They're already working on a console Zelda, which is Skyward Sword, and Ocarina of Time 3D is sort of like a, I mean, it's not exactly a full game, it's a remake of an older game, so I think that if there is any console that they're going to be putting their attention on for making a Zelda game for, it's going to be the already released system that doesn't exactly have a full-out standalone Zelda experience yet. I think so. I think it will be a 3DS Zelda game. I don't know if they're going to announce it yet, but I'm sure they're working on it. Alright, that's all the predictions I've got. Again, these are based on my own assessments and things I've heard, my own gut feelings, or just what I find to be likely, my own logical thinking. I could turn out to be wrong on a number of these, but this is, I'm pretty confident in these. I'd probably bet money on them if I was a betting kind of guy. And, yeah, so tell me what you guys think about my predictions in the comments, and tell me if you have any of your own predictions, and we'll have to see what they show us at E3. Not all of these will necessarily get proved true or false until the game actually releases, but I don't think that's too far off, as I predicted. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later.